Mercato is crazy. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
Okay, it should work. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. I tell you the truth, I was absolutely not expecting to go live on my channel right now. I was thinking to go live maybe with the watch along of Mexico, South Africa, but you know it, Juve has the priority. I tell you immediately, I answer you immediately, was I expecting an earthquake at Juve? Yes. Was I expecting an earthquake at Juve today? No. No, so I've been surprised. I had nothing ready. I didn't have the thumbnails ready, the idea, the time slot ready. My wife is in télétravail, which means she's doing homeworking. So it's playing a bit with I didn't eat. I was live on Juventus. Usually I should have done from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and then quitting, and then the news starting to arrive at 11:55. So we were absolutely not prepared for the big bomb that we are starting to read everywhere. So we are here to follow it minute by minute. The names that are on the thumbnails are the one that apparently have been decided yet, which means Damien Comolli out as CEO, Carnevali in as possibly CEO, has not been confirmed the position. In the meanwhile, I started to check from WhatsApp messages, from inside information, from the journalists that are around Juve. It's not over, because there will be again a new revolution. That's why it's called the earthquake at Juve. Pay attention to the name of Tognozzi. Pay attention to the name of Tognozzi. You know my point of view about Carnevali, so I will explain you, I will tell you, I will repeat you, no U-turn. Of course, who is at Juve, as always, we wish that they are doing well, and we wish that they stay 20, 25, 30 years at Juve, because that would mean that they are all doing well. Is it the case at the moment? We don't know. So what are the news? Of course, when you go for the most official tap-in the world, you go to Fabrizio Romano, that is going with huge big tap-ins, and the big tap-in of Fabrizio Romano is this one from 32 minutes ago, where he said Juventus are set to part ways with CEO Damien Comolli, with changes expected to follow imminently, which means now, while we are speaking, if we go on his Instagram page, I think, because sometimes it's difficult to follow Fabrizio Romano, he communicates here, he communicates there. I should learn from Fabrizio that he's extremely great in making us following all of his accounts. I try to find, because some people have sent me the messages, but I can't find it because he's going all over the place. Let me check where I can find eventually some news. Wait. Here, it should be this. Voila. Okay. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. He tweeted on again another account. This time it's the Here We Go Italia, where he said Comolli Juve è finita. Comolli Juve, it is over. Breaking news: Damien Comolli is at one step of leaving Juve. It is over between the CEO and Juve. The French CEO is leaving. Revolution in home Juve after weeks of tensions. In pole position, there is already a name, and it's the name of Giovanni Carnevali, the CEO from Sassuolo. With Sassuolo that would be open to let him go. after years and years and years of work. So what are your first reaction before we continue to follow the news live minute per minute, minute per minute? I already gave you the name of Tognozzi, which has not been reported yet, because until yesterday Tognozzi was extremely close to go to Nottingham Forest, but you know how it happens. We already saw it in Mercato with players, with the case Berbatov taking the plane, going somewhere, and then U-turn to go somewhere else. Some people are telling me, Beppe, pay attention, because you're not only the only one that is reporting it. Also, Nicolo Schira is telling us that Tognozzi could be a name. The last tweet of how long? 1 minute ago. So I didn't copy Nico Schira, but he's giving us confirmation, which means that the news that we have in our possession are aligned with everyone. We will read in tempo reale, in live. Giovanni Carnevali is Juventus' main new target as CEO. Not only him, Juve's revolution will be much broader. Matteo Tognozzi, in very good relationship with coach Spalletti, could have an important role. If Juve sack Comolli, it will be Spalletti's winning. And on this, I think that we all agree. For people that are expecting more changes, I think that there will be more changes. For people that are asking, what about Luciano Spalletti? Is he risking? No, because Nico Schera is saying it would be the win of Luciano Spalletti. I tell you my first reaction, my first opinion. Whatever part you were in, you had more sympathy for one, more sympathy for the other. You were more cheering for one or the other, or for both, or nobody. It could also be, because there were 4 options: Spalletti camp, Comolli camp, both in camp or both out camp. Whatever of these 4 options that you were supporting the most, today it is the day where Juventus lost again. It was, to me, an inevitable decision to take a decision. What decision could have been taken? We will speak about it, what is right, what is wrong, but a decision had to be taken. You know, when it was the moment where I really, with 100% knew that something would happen, not about Comolli, something big would happen. It was in the air since weeks, since Juve-Fiorentina, where Comolli goes to John Elkann, he says, you sack Luciano Spalletti, where Elkann says, no, we wait. Guys, I need to also pay attention to all the messages that are arriving. But when I understood it, it was yesterday when I spoke with Nicola Balice. Nicola Balice, I had him yesterday over the phone for 10 minutes. We spoke a bit about Mercato, but I told him, is it over? Because the journalists, the papers, to tell you the narrative of the last few days, Pedula, etc., they were all going towards, there is a form of unity. There is an attempt to work together. When we are reading the names that are circulating in terms of Mercato, that are going to the direction of Spalletti, what is the name there, Sorlot, or other names that are going, it means it's really Comolli that is trying to support Spalletti, which means there is an attempt to work together. And all the papers, the journalists were telling us after the storm, not earthquake is today, after the storm, it looks like they tried to find a bit of peace, because John Elkann asked them. Well, we see today that they were wrong. There was one man, and I really want to, again, put him in the light, in the spotlight. There is one man that told me, and always, and never changed the gun from shoulder. I don't know how you say that expression in English. Never changed his opinion. He always took one direction. He said, the game is not over. Beppe, the game is not over. It is not over. It is not over. And he also, and it is Luca Monblano. And Luca Monblano also told me, don't pay attention too much to the mercato. Meaning, the mercato is not the principal, the most important factor in that Comolli in, Comolli out, Spalletti in, Spalletti out. So this is not even the biggest discussion point. It's about a method of working that one agrees on, doesn't agree on. It's about working together, feeling that they are going towards the same direction with the same objective. And so he always told me that. Yesterday, when I spoke with Nicola Balice, he told me, Beppe, the month of June will be extremely important for Comolli to satisfy with facts Luciano Spalletti. When yesterday he told me that, I was sure that something would have happened. And also more on the camp Comolli, because if you have 1 month to satisfy Luciano Spalletti, to me, that have managed big corporations, if you give me 1 month of testing time, I am under the scrutiny, I am observed, and my task is to make the coach that is 3, 4, 5 levels under me happy, something then is not working. Something is not working at all. If I am the boss and I am under observation, but my main task is not to make Juve better, but to make Luciano Spalletti happy, it means that the decision has already been chosen, that we are going towards that I have the pressure to do with a difficult mercato, with UEFA restrictions, etc., etc., something there. Allora, Thomas is asking, ciao everyone, what's going on? You just woke up probably, or was tranquillo, taking some coffee before starting work, or just started work. Guys, were you expecting this today? I see the name of Fratesi. We are at square one. We are at square one. We are at square one. I always pleaded for continuity and stability, a continuity and stability that after Juve Fiorentina, after Torino Juve, and after the 29th of May, again, the 29th of May, why am I saying again? I will tell you later or in a second. It was clear that it was impossible. It was clear that it was over, that it was impossible to have that continuity and stability. Even if we continued with the same men, you clearly could feel and see that Damien Comolli was not working anymore in how he wanted to work, and it became something totally different. Then you can agree or disagree with what Damien brought to Juve, what he tried to do, what he tried to implement with his vision. You can even disagree with the fact that he had been taken for that role, but you clearly saw that he was not able to do what he wanted. And in these kind of situations, then it's totally clear what the decision is taking. Is it a win of Spalletti? I will tell you, it is a loss of Juve. It is a loss of Juve. For the people like Igotstier, that is writing no more algorithm bullshit. You find me in total disagreement with that. There is one thing that I agree on. Finally, no more algorithm bullshit, fake news and reports and excuse from journalists to hate on someone. Because I remember, and I followed every single, and I watched different times because I wanted also to translate and to report as much as I could the interviews of Damien Comolli as a Juventus general director first and CEO a bit later. He never said I work only with algorithm. He never pushed for this algorithm story. It's actually something that the journalist brought up because of its previous interviews, and that used as an excuse, and Damien Comolli never was able to use them. First, because he arrived in a panic mode, in a hurry mode, and he had not the time to even try to work with these kind of algorithms. And second, because from the moment that you change coach and that there were conflicts and there were absolutely different opposite visions about mercato, about players, well, all that work has been put in the garbage. I'm extremely curious. Now, what we can say is that we will not have a coach like Liam Rossignol at Juve. That's a fact, because that could have been one, and I'm not lying when I'm telling you that, could have been an option, not a guarantee, but could have been an option. If it was another decision that was taken, and carte blanche, though, for the people that do not like Liam Rossignol, and I am one of them, for example, it is a relief. Allora, Nicola Innocenzi, this club can't take much more instability. It's a nightmare, I tell you the truth. It's a nightmare. You know what I feel today, in, of course, a bit different vibes and velocity, but I feel that Juve has a vision of, we want to go somewhere and we want to do it in a different way. We want not to change the core, the values of the club, but we want to do it with a different identity, a more modern identity. We want to change our way of doing to maybe go already into the future. And as soon as it's not working, we are not persevering, we are immediately changing. And that happened with, for example, Maurizio Sarri, because you have a winning Juve with Max Allegri. Max Allegri has been sent off, not because he was not winning, because we were winning. I repeat, 5 Scudetti in a row of Max, 3 or 4, Coppa Italia, I believe, Supercoppa, I think 2, 11 trophies, I believe, in his first spell. We change him because we think that we are not anymore aligned with modern football way of playing, because we want to change. We also want to offer entertainment as well, because we have a lot of new external fans that are watching Juve, also because of Cristiano Ronaldo. And we want to show them that Juve is a modern club also in the proposition of play. And that's where we try with Pep Guardiola, which is not a lie, it fails. And we go for Maurizio Sarri, that is a revolutionary coach for Juve in that specific moment. It doesn't work also because incompatibility in terms of persona. We are a bit in a cul-de-sac. We go for Pirlo, which is the new idea, the fresh idea, the maybe the Antonio Conte, and even an exaggeration of Antonio Conte, means an ex-Juve player that never had huge big experiences. Pirlo, not even one experience. Antonio Conte, a bit in Serie B before joining Juve, and we try to go for that, also limited by some money constrictions after COVID. We take a bold choice there, but we want to go for a way of playing, for a new vision. And when we see that it's not working, we stop and we go back to the past. And what is happening now with Juve, right or wrong, only the future will tell us, is that we see that we want to go a bit more in a new way of working. We want to try something. We have a vision. Again, right or wrong that it has been. I see the message of Steve, for example, that said it was already a bad hire at first spot. That's where it starts, to hire Comolli. Can be right. I will not discuss that. But you go with a vision, and that's not the name. You go with a vision, with an idea of revolution. It doesn't work, and you go back to, let's go full power to Italianità, not Juventinità, but Italianità. Go back to someone that is extremely expert, an old wolf of Italian football like Carnevali. Let's bring back the wonder kid that was Tognozzi, because that's what we are speaking about. Let's keep Luciano Spalletti, that is an old wolf of Italian football. And that's what we are going for. Again, I am not here to tell you it is a right decision, it is a wrong decision. To me, something should have happened, because I will tell you, my principal number one thing that I'm blaming Damien Comolli for, it's not the missed mercato of 25-26, which is a mistake, but it's not that I blame him for. It's not that he couldn't go for a striker in January. It's not that. It's not that we stopped with Dusan Vlahovic, by the way. Pay attention to Dusan Vlahovic. I said it. pay attention to Dusan Vlahovic. I took a moment of pause. It's not that I'm blaming Damien Comolli for. What I'm blaming Damien Comolli is one thing, that actually it's a crossroad. It's a crossroad. One, that he couldn't make his team, and his team is not Locatelli and Thuram and Jonathan David. That's not his team. His team are Giorgio Chiellini, Modesto, Spalletti, after Tudor, Ottolini work together. When you are at the helm of a team, you are judged on results. Of course, you need some time to bring results, but you are judged on results. And that's what publicly is seen by everyone. But internally, you are judged on how you make your team work. And it didn't work. And that's what I'm blaming for the most. Then you tell me, Beppe didn't choose his men. And that's where we go towards that crossroad. If he didn't choose Ottolini, if he didn't choose Spalletti, like we have told here on the channel, because these were not his first choices, that means that they were forced to him. And if you're a CEO, or you don't accept it, you say, oh, I am CEO. You hired me to do some work. We shared the vision when you hired me. This is unacceptable for me, that I need to do compromises and to totally put the vision that I sold you and that you bought. So I leave. At CEO level, that's the crossroad. Or you leave, or you go and you find a way to work with it. That's what I'm blaming for, but result is the same. It didn't work. That's the number one thing that I'm blaming Damien Comolli for his unsuccessful 1 year and 7 days spell. Today I went back to the Comunicato Ufficiale, and I will tell you from last year, because I see a lot of people that are entering now saying, Beppe, we are at square one. It's even worse. It's even worse. But let me read a bit of comments. Antonio Gaeta, grazie per 34 mesi. Thank you for 34 months. I like Carnevali for how he's work with young players, says Antonio. I will speak and I will share my opinion about Carnevali in a minute, so stay with me if you want to hear it. Naveg, 46 months with us. Ciao Beppe. How does this affect Dibu and Sorlot? If there were 100% convictions name of Spalletti and someone is entering today, you take the relationship with Aston Villa and with Atletico Madrid and you continue on that road. If they were not 100% shared by Spalletti, then you can say goodbye to these players. Victor 9849, to be honest, Elkan is the core problem. Thank you for your message. I've seen this message shared by a lot of people on social media. My opinion about that is when you are the owner, you are the end responsible for good things and for bad things. That you manage it 24/7 on the spot and you do everything yourself with your little hands and with your smart brain or not, or that you delegate, you are the end responsible. Always. Always. But it's a Comolli. But it's Spalletti. But it... Yeah. At the end, you have someone. So at the end, it's always the responsibility of the number one. Like it was also his success that Juve won 9 years in a row, because he was still the owner, still the same position, and still delegating. He found the right person, that was his cousin Andrea Agnelli, before that, after that, he took wrong decisions in terms of what we see in terms of results. Ci arrivo, I come to Carnevali. Gio, thank you, my friend. What will change in the short term with Carnevali as CEO? Isn't it more important who will be the new sporting director? Don't we lose time with all the negotiation? No, the most important is always the top. This is always like that. The pyramid. You start at the top, and then the rest cascade down. Carnevali has also sporting director experience. But the name that is circulating around Juve since now a few weeks is the name of Tognozzi. So I think that the 2 days, not today, 2 days, well, what am I saying? From the 29th of May until today, so how much? 15 days, 2 weeks? The 2 weeks were to prepare the next part. I think that John Elkann decided already to change. Don't tell me, guys, don't tell me that on the 29th there is a confirmation, and not even by the club. It was a in between communication to journalists. And how do we know? Because Di Marzio and Agresti, they go out with exactly the same words, which means that it's a inside communication from the club without the club taking responsibility in confirming it, because at the end, if you continue with the same thing, you should not confirm officially. The last time that we did it was in 2014 with Antonio Conte will be our coach in season 14-15, and then when he came back from holiday, he stopped. So, communication means absolutely nothing. But in these 2 weeks, it was a time of work on taking decision about who will be after Damian Comolli. Don't tell me that you gave a chance for 10 days to a person in that position. It doesn't exist. And that's why we started to see guys, I receive a message. Guys. What do you remember what I told you when I took the pause? What did I say when I took the break of speaking right before? Dusan. From what I receive now, let me check. But you remember when I took a pause about Dusan Vlahovic? I start receiving messages, but I'm just waiting a second before telling you the messages I received. Give me a second. Miroslav, the Toulousian bloodbath was foreseen last week. Bravo, Miroslav, that remembers. Thank you for the donation. You were joking about the book, huh? You were joking about the book. I remember the page even. It was page 82. Do you remember? Page 82. The revolution. Hell. The bloodbath of Toulouse. Allora, guys. It's still difficult, but Juve is ready to reopen talks to extend Dusan Vlahovic. The feeling I had, I received a message. You know the main reason why Dusan. You remember what did we say? Comolli didn't want him. He didn't want to speak with Comolli. He went with an exaggerated request. Comolli didn't want. He was super happy. Luciano Spalletti wanted. What did I say? What did I tell you? In Italian football, we don't change because financially, it's a financial decision. Sorlot, they want 30 million. We are not convinced that it's better than Dusan, which I told you, by the way, I told you it's the Dusan from Temo. You remember that? At least I was not wrong. You don't pay the value of a player. It doesn't wait anymore 42 million euro on your bank account. To me, it's a wrong decision. It's not a done deal yet. But we renew Locatelli, Vlahovic, Perin, McKennie. Today I was reading the news of Romeo Agresti in the video that I made. Thuram is not good. Bremer is not good. But Cambiaso we like. What can I tell you? I'm not confident. I'm not confident about the choices that are made about certain players, about a group that we criticize so much. This is I'm not joking, and this is what was said today. Cambiaso is liked by the coach. I try in the meanwhile to continue to monitor all of it, and indeed they continue to give some confirmations about Carnevali that we will now open the topic for. Pedula is now saying we never thought that the future of Damien Comolli would have been secure, but more at risk. We told you on the 2nd of June, but Pedula is a bit now, because 2 days ago or 1 day ago he was saying, we see that they are starting to work together. Looks like the storm is gone, and now he's saying, but on the 2 June we told you that they were a problematic relationship. Yeah, it's true that you told us that, but since the 2 June you said multiple times that now they were working together. Anyway, I'm not here to criticize, but I don't like when we are manipulating the news here. There was one man that stood with his thing when everything was going towards they were together now and they tried. There was one man that said, pay attention, the game is not over. And it was on Juventus. Now, that being said, we don't care. John Elkann decided to take Comolli away from his job, a decision that he took apparently yesterday evening, and that now need to be just officialized. Comolli is paying for, or should pay for, the multitude of wrong decision taken, eternal negotiations, often not closed, which is right. The choice of Tudor of last summer, which Pedula is not telling that it's not because of Comolli, but because of his friend Giuntoli, but that's another thing. The amount of money that he has spent for strikers that at the end didn't deliver. Continuing this way would have been toxic and would not have helped the good of Juve. And that's why we are really close to a change. Let's wait and be cautious until it will be officialized. Juventus already made step forward towards Giovanni Carnevali, that is the CEO of Sassuolo, for the role of CEO of Juve. They are in discussions right now. But the first formal steps for the arrivederci between Juve and Comolli has been done. Words of Alfredo Pedula. What does it change with Carnevali? Okay, I will tell you, I will try to be as honest as possible. I will try to be as honest as possible. Carnevali is an excellent manager. Let's say general director, because CEO of Juve is something else. But let's say an excellent top manager. He knows Italian football in and out. Huge experienced. Brought Sassuolo to the top. Because he made from Sassuolo a club without supporters. Because if you are looking at the localization of Sassuolo, they are supporting the teams around and not really Sassuolo, but he was able to make from Sassuolo a beautiful reality of Serie A. Great with young talents, discovering young talents and managing it. Great in Italian politics. Fantastic relationship with other sporting directors, with the world of football of Italy, with the old wolves there. So to me, Carnevali is a great name, is a great choice. Fantastic professional in what he delivered. After trying out with someone that had zero knowledge about Italian football, you go back to some security. And I believe that I have been as open, transparent, and honest in judging the qualities of Carnevali. Do I like him? No. Even after all what I told you about his fantastic qualities that I'm absolutely not denying. You will tell me, Beppe, you're crazy. Great in politics, where Juve is missing. Great in politics. Was able to manage for years Sassuolo in main de maître. A glove of master. Why then? For a simple reason, guys. Because I didn't appreciate over the years how he has treated Juve unequally versus other clubs. I didn't appreciate that when Juve decided to make the plea deal for plusvalenza, and you saw also what happened a few days ago, that the accountings, accusation, etc., were dismissed by the Justice of State. But the days after, he goes publicly in front of microphones in saying, no, if we can give a help to Italian clubs to help them doing plusvalenze. We will always be there to help them. Speaking about Roma that was forced to play Europa League, that then I believe they won. And by the way, it was the year that they won it. If someone is a few days later telling me publicly that, I don't like it, because in Italian we say ci sta prendendo per il culo in mondovisione. He's fooling us in the front of the whole world. And that's where I tell you, it's one thing that I don't like. I don't like the not fair treatment about, I think he's a fantastic sporting director, but I don't like the unequal treatment towards Roma, ready to help in buying some unknown anonymous player for much more than they were worth to help them out, to a Fratesi asking 45 million euro to Juve, because Juve was really strong on Fratesi. If you don't believe me, go back in all the videos that we made. You go to 4 years ago, where then they still sold him to Inter for money. It's not that they offered him to Inter. It's not that they gave him to Inter. But if you go to how much they were requesting to Juve and keeping that amount, and then the difference with Inter, to me there is a problem. When I see how much he kept his say on Locatelli for an entire summer, that was described as the summer of meals, of dinners. It's strange. When you tell me that he's the best man of Marotta, which can happen in football, why not? But when we see that more than best man in the latest 2 years, you saw him going around being nearly the assistant of Marotta in politics. I hope no, I don't hope. I mean, you're professional. But it annoys me, let's say like that. It annoys me that not only Inter is stronger than Juve on the field. Nobody on earth, or if you are, these kind of kids, but if you are realistic, Inter did a fantastic work the latest year. They are stronger on the field. They are extremely powerful and strong in politics, where Juve has been totally absent. First, because we had a management that had a total different vision and was actually going in conflict with Italian politics. Dismissed people that came to were there to save Juve and making plea deals and not counting, more like, okay, we accept your conditions, so not in position of strength, where you go for a Frenchman that has absolutely no idea of Italian politics. Now you go towards someone that is in politics, but is not at par level of Marotta. It's actually someone that is the assistant of Marotta, let's say like that. Yes, it is a political choice also. If you tell me today, and you guarantee me today, that Carnevali, as a CEO of Juve, from the moment that he arrives, will be fighting for the good of Juve, which means if Marotta goes for decision A, and that decision is the best for the league, support Marotta. He goes like Premier League did. Premier League, they were fantastic. I'm never jealous for Premier League, because I think that they worked with one good thing. United, we go with a strong league, and that strong league will cascade down to every club, and all the clubs will go up. Which in Italy, the vision is, we don't care about that. We think first about ourselves, and if we are strong, vaffanculo to the other ones. They are all, if they need to all collapse so that I'm the winner, I do that. It's different mentality, It's different mentality. But if Marotta goes with a solution A, and that A solution is a great one for Italian football, support him. Go for it. It's politics. Who cares? How many times did we see Andrea Agnelli being friend of Zhang of Inter? I don't forget. But I hope, and that's what I need to be convinced today, that if Marotta, that is the boss of Italian football today, is saying, but this goes against Juve, that Carnevali will be strong enough to say, no, we go for B. We go for B. The decisions of Marotta is to push the candidature of Malagò. Malagò, that is a friend of Gravina, so that Gravina stays on power of Italian football. We will go with Mancini, friend of Malagò. That's why I have never taken in sympathy Carnevali. Not about the work that he has delivered, but if we can sabotage Juve and helping the other 19 teams, we do it. And that's what I always disliked about Carnevali. I see my great friend Uncle Sharma into the chat that I saw some messages saying, Beppe, but you said that Carnevali is an Interista. I never said that he's an Interista. I said that he's a Marottista because he's his best man. If Marotta would have been at, I don't know, Lecce, he would have been a Leccista. If Marotta would have gone to Barri, he would be not a barista, but a barese. You know what I mean? So that's the story of Carnevali. So I hope just one thing, and please help me in believing in it and show me facts, that you are able at Juve to say no to Inter, to Fratesi, to swap Carlos Augusto, 35 million euro valued for 40 million Cambiaso. Because if this is what I'm reading already with insisting rumors of Fratesi to Juve, then I hope it's a gift. I don't want him, you know that, but I hope it's a gift from Marotta to Carnevali to say, Dai, I wish you the best at Juve. I know that you are in financial troubles, financial limitation with the FIFA fair play. Here is Fratesi for free. No? My best man, here is the gift that you want, because from the moment that you give €1 to Inter, to Fratesi, we start badly. That's what I'm telling you. If you tell me that we are opening talks for Carlos Augusto Cambiaso, we have a problem. And that's a bit what I'm scared for. Let's see. But if you are following the news of Alfredo Pedulla, for example, not that long ago, a few minutes ago, maybe an hour ago, he was speaking about it. And what did he say? He said, let me go back. I was informed today. Mamma mia, how much did he tweet? Well, I don't find it anymore, but he tweeted about Fratesi that is waiting for Juve. Extremely appreciated by Luciano Spalletti. I don't know why I missed it, probably. But anyway, I've read it earlier, so it remains the same. Abai in the chat is telling me, Beppe, is this a new year 0 or a new year -1? We have such a delicate mercato, and this will make it all harder. If he is, but for now, Juve, I don't. No, you're correct. That's what I'm telling you. Look, if his mission was destroy Juve or don't help, let's say don't help Juve, he did the job. He did the job. That's a fact. That means that he was strong enough to refuse. Now, yesterday, guys, we already had a clue. What was the clue, guys? What was the clue, guys, of yesterday? Let's see if the chat is alive and alert. JJ, always alert and alive. Muharemovic. Muharemovic was the clue. How on earth, being Sassuolo, you don't even answer the phone call of Bournemouth that is ready to give you 35 million euro? Why? And then if we are thinking a bit longer, and maybe that's already a good sign from Carnevali, why on earth did they stop the discussions between Muharemovic and Inter? You know what I mean? No, guys, Comolli will have less response. No, he's gone. Guys, he's gone. There is no less response. It's gone. It's over. So what does it mean for us, tifosi, that they want to see about Mercato? No, but Muraimovic 35 refusing. That means he goes to Sassuolo, from Sassuolo to Juve. We were speaking about it in today's video. We said it back on the top of the list. It's strange, no? Strange. But why? For what? I was thinking, but it's strange. This morning, yesterday night, I was thinking, strange. You don't want 35 million in the pocket from Bournemouth to Juve, from Bournemouth to Sassuolo. You don't want 35 million euro, and you open at Juve. At the end, for the same money, Juve would have spent 17 million euro. Would have been the same, but it's strange that Carnevali is helping us. Why is he opening the door to Juve? We didn't have to wait 24 hours. 10 hours later, we know the real reason, no? Vlid. You know about these things, you know how many of these messages I receive per day. It's not that I don't trust you. I always respect people that says, Beppe, I have some news. I know someone. Because sometimes you're just walking in the street, you have a friend in Torino. Torino is the family of the one that is working at the gym medical, at the athletic parts, and the news is coming like this, like that. You know, like for example, Jegrova. I always told you it's not from Juve. Jegrova news that I knew, that I broke out, I even beat Fabrizio Romano. It never came from inside Juve. If it came from inside Juve, I can tell you that I would not have told you, because I know some things from Juve that I never say. When it comes from outside Juve, I tell you, because then I can say whatever I want. From inside Juve, you are in confidence, so you don't do it. Hussein, ma perché parlo inglese? Perché il mio canale è in inglese. Ho fatto 3 ore di Juventus. Ho anche sacrificato il minuto per minuto qui sul mio canale per stare con gli amici, con la famiglia di Juventus e con i tifosi juventini che parlano in italiano. Fammi parlare un po' inglese. Fammi spiegare bene quello che sta succedendo alla Juve a quelli che non parlano purtroppo in inglese, no? Hussein, permettimelo. Now I was explaining to Hussein, because he's saying, Beppe, but why are you speaking English, brother? I said, because, guys, I was on Juventus. I even, postponed the start of this live to keep up to date with real information. Juventini that unfortunately are not speaking English. I spoke 3 hours in Italian. Let me continue, because you think that I'm live since 1 hour. I started already at 12. And I already recorded the video of this morning, so it's already since this morning that I'm busy without eating, without going to do pee, caca, and nothing. Beppe is like Pogba, speaking all the languages. Hopefully we can fire Spalletti too. Look, I was not ready to say Spalletti stays at 100%. I was not. But there is one thing that gives me really the feeling You're telling me dab in Big 26. Look at the profile picture. Your family. There is one thing, guys, that makes me really believe at 99%, because 100 is 100, at 99% that Luciano Spalletti stays. There is one thing. Who can, I love to do these kind of quizzes. Who can tell me why I think that he stays? There is one thing. No, not that. No, but no, not that Comolli is leaving, because he could leave, and also Spalletti could leave, for example. No, not Vlahovic. Salman. Bravo. This time Salman has beaten JJ Akrepi. Tognozzi. We hear since weeks that he wants Tognozzi. He wants Tognozzi that was with him in Russia. People forget that. Tognozzi that was with him at Russia. I would never say never that Tognozzi is an incompetent loser. Never. I cannot say that, because it's not true. Incompetent loser, it's not true. For the amazing work that he did at Juve with the youth academy, with the scouting academy. But, and there, I don't join Neugash that is always extrapolating, exaggerating. But it's true that I join a bit Neugash. At Granada, he didn't do well. At Rio Ave, it's not that he did wonders, even if he was managing a group, and he would have been promoted, because they were extremely happy about his work, because he was also the coordinator of all the sporting directors of that group, and he should have gone to Nottingham Forest now. So they were really convinced about him, even if on the field he didn't work. Because I also tell you, to me, sporting director, to be judged from that position on, you need time to really judge someone. But it's true that at today, I cannot guarantee you that at high level he is able to do what he was able to do at youth academy. Because one thing is, I discover Mattias Soulé because I spotted him when he was 12 years old. I explained that story. 11 or 12 years old. And I started to work on him and on his family since he was 11 to, I believe he was 17, 16 when he joined Juve. I had 4 or 5 years of networking and bringing him, which is a fantastic work. First, you spot, you invest time, travel, but if he fails, who cares? Right? Who cares if Soulé fails? Nobody would speak about it if he fails. How many young players arrive at Juve we never heard about, except if you're a fan of youth academy. We don't know. You go into the spotlight when we start speaking about the Huijsen, when we start speaking about the Yildiz, when you're speaking about. Yesterday it was really fun because don't believe that scouts, they see everything, they know everything, and they are doing everything. For example, Paul Pogba. Do you really think that there was a scout that says, "Mamma mia, this guy is great"? Pogba was known internationally from the sporting directors. It's not Juve that woke up and said, "Oh, let's go," and no, it's a Raiola that goes to Juve and says, "Oh, guys, I have that guy Pogba. You know him? Yeah, we heard good things about him. Give us a week or two. Let us observe a bit more. Go, give us Pogba." Sometimes you're also a bit lucky, yeah. It's not that someone at Juve, they suddenly woke up and they said, "Oh, there is that Pogba from Manchester United." No, no. So it's not always working like that. But of course, Tognozzi, if you go in a sporting director role at Juve with financial restriction for the UEFA lists, It's a different thing, eh? It's a different thing. Serial loser, no, I would pay attention. Beppe, would you accept a good offer for Thuram and we get Kessier for... Alors, forget about Kessier. Kessier has been the first name of Damien Comolli when he arrived at Juve. He arrived with La Valigetta, and in that valigetta, in that little suitcase, and there was a white sheet with one name, first name. Of course, a lot of bullet points, still empty, but one name was filled in. Franck Kessier. The obsession of Damien Comolli. And I tell you that I think it would have been a great idea to bring him, of course, for a reasonable salary. Yeah? Comolli out, Kessier out, guys. Okay, what am I expecting? I'm expecting official news of Comolli out. I'm expecting Modesto out. I'm expecting Carnevali in, Tognozzi in. Tognozzi takes over the role of Ottolini. I think that Ottolini would or take another role or leave Juve. More responsibility to Giorgio Chiellini. But I'm also expecting new talks with Dusan Vlahovic. I don't know if I expect or I hope it. But it's already 2-3 days, and I promised you it's true. It's already 2-3 days that they report me that the ownership, they want to make a gift to the Juventini. You remember that 2 days ago we were live and I told you about the name Osimhen. I don't know if Osimhen is possible, if he will come or not. But if they told me, and my friend Domecca spoke about it simultaneously on Juventus, the same day we received the go, there is the intention of making Juventini happy. To me, it was strange. With the situation we are in, it's strange with the situation that we are in, because if you go for Osimhen or a player, guys, I have a call, important call. I come back. Usually, when I leave like that, when I come back, we lose like 200 people because they said, bah. Today you stayed, huh? Today you stayed, huh? Attenzione. Then I will tell you a bit of what I said, and you will go crazy. But first of all, it is official. It is official as we speak. As we speak, all the rumors are confirmed. Damien Comolli and Juve separate ways. Damien Comolli out, as reported by Romeo Agresti. There is no room for interpretation. It is sure. It is official. It is confirmed. Au revoir, Damien Comolli. After 1 year and 4 days, Damien Comolli is no longer at Juventus, is no longer CEO, is no longer general director, is no longer at Juventus Football Club. The era Damien Comolli stops officially now at 4 p.m. and 11 minutes. Reported by Romeo Agresti, reported by Gianluca Di Marzio. Damien Comolli is no longer the CEO of Juventus. The only thing that is missing is the public communication from Juventus. It is over. It is over. It is over. The news that arrived today. The news that arrived today is official. The rumors that started this morning really early, where they were telling us that it could have happened at the end of the month of June, with a special meeting, a board meeting has been anticipated, accelerated, and we were here to live it together. Damien Comolli emoji needs to be replaced, and probably we will go towards replacing it with Carnevali, CEO or maybe future ex-CEO of Sassuolo. Au revoir, Damien Comolli. C'est fini. Wow. Wow, it went fast. Whoa. Damien Comolli, that one of the decision was taken. So, to tell you a bit and to build a bit with some things that I cannot tell you, unfortunately, I cannot tell you. I can filter. I need to pay attention. One thing I can tell you without any doubt, one thing I'm not sure if I can tell you. Another thing I cannot tell you. So the thing that I can tell you is decision was already taken, but we knew it, we felt it. But they anticipated what could have been a decision taken on the 1st of July. Okay? So decision was taken, could have been 1st of July. In best of case, could have been in October, where you know that in October we always have that special meeting, board of meeting. Anticipated also for what? Not only, but also for what? Because in the last 2 weeks, yeah, there was a sign of let's work together in harmony towards some names that are compatible and happy for the coach. But the method is and was still the same. Waiting, postponing, not concluding, and at the end, the picture of today fact base, without the narrative and the story, is that today you have a Dusan Vlahovic less, and a Douglas Luiz more, a Holm less, and a Rugani more, a Joao Mario more. That's at today. Yes, Alisson talks didn't come. Dibu is not there. Sorlos is not there. And the methodology, that is the method Comolli, didn't change. And on the 11th of June, they decided to anticipate as fast as possible. What does it mean? That it was not, how can I say? It was clear that at high level, they wanted Damien Comolli to be someone else. Not only changing the names of Mercato and satisfying the coach, but also the way of work of Comolli was no longer accepted and shared. So if you don't believe in someone and you want to change him in terms of personality, change him immediately. And that's what I can tell you. There are a few things that I cannot tell you. The other thing that I can tell you, it's a voice from outside. From outside. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't even know if I say it, the chat will go crazy. Because it means nothing. At the end, it means nothing. Should I say it or should I not say it? Because it's a big one, guys. Then I say it and then the people will be, they will go crazy. But it means nothing at the end. Die. There is a man that said last few days, sharing dinner, he said, but last year, I wanted even to come back. But the clubs, they needed to agree with each other, which was nearly impossible. Oh, if they call me, I'm available. If they call me now, I'm available. Last season, I wanted, but the club needed to agree. Now I'm available. I don't understand the people that are saying Alessandro Del Piero. Right, Alessandro Del Piero. Alessandro Del Piero has always been available, no? It's Antonio Conte. It means nothing, guys. It means nothing because if he doesn't receive a call, it's not. So I always told you, if Tognozzi come to Juve, it's because Spalletti will stay. It was his boy. Then some people told me, yeah, but there is also someone else that wanted Tognozzi at the club, not only Spalletti. I think that Spalletti stays. I think that Spalletti stays. But there is a man that is available. And that he receive a call and he doesn't even need to go into the car. He can go walking because he's at the moment there. Let's say just stick to the plan. What plan? Wait, because your source, Vlida, said he comes back. I didn't say that. Huh? I didn't, but it's true. It's true that you're yeah. Allora, what was a rumor? What was a rumor? Giovanni Carnevali is ready to leave Sassuolo to join Juventus as CEO with a long-term contract. It's a political choice to bring back Juve on a political scene. What was a rumor? And we knew it. Huh? What was a rumor? Giovanni Carnevali, ready to leave CEO Sassuolo and to do the big step. Colo reminds me that 24 hours ago I said I hate Carnevali. I will even tell you at 4 hours 20 ago I was still saying the same thing, and I explained to the people that were there what I openly and honestly thought about the situation, what I really disliked. Not officially yet, but we can say that now he's one of us, and as I always did, one of us means welcome, forza, now you're my man, show me. You're the captain. Carnevali, guys, looks like Carnaval. Carnaval, which is, how do you say in English? Carnaval. Carnaval, how do you say in English, guys? No, it's not, no, it's not Giuntoli 2.0. The role experience is totally different. Carnival, bravo. Hopefully we don't make it a carnival. Che disastro. Colo, make a video highlights and skills Carnevali. You will see this one will be a huge one. Believe me. Make a video Carnevali. Welcome to Juve. You never do that for a management position, which is a pity because I can tell you it will be big. Alan is telling me just abbiamo preso un bel sergente, fiducia. He's telling me we took a sergeant. Trust the process. We trust. What can I do? We trust. What can I say? What can we do? We trust. I trust. Allora, Vladimir, 16 mesi, 16 months. We all know this kind of calls. The calls. Wait, because the phone... the phone is hot, guys. I have nearly no battery anymore. The phone is hot. The phone is hot. On the day of the... I needed today to finish the video about Norway. That is 3/4 done and I cannot finish today. I wanted to make a video with my predictions about the World Cup. Then they will say, hey, Bep, it's too late now. Huh? The World Cup already started. Now you have been influenced. I wanted to do so many things, guys. And here we are with... you know it, my biggest nightmare. Wake me up! Wake me up! This is a simulation. This is not a reality. Except for the fact that I wish everyone the best at Juve and vive, long vie and everyone. You know, long life to everyone. And that they were happy and they were married. There were 2 persons that I didn't know. That I didn't want at Juve. 2 persons. I didn't ask for... I didn't put my veto on 100%. I have never been like cherry picking. I didn't care. I even said like Thiago Motta, I don't care that he was fighting with Del Piero on the field. I don't care about this. A lot of people, oh Beppe, we don't want players from Inter. I said I don't care. If it's Inter, let's reinforce. If it's good for Juve, if it's beneficial. There were 2 names. 2 names. I said no. One time. One time. I never ask anything in my life. 2 names. I said no. No, even Fratesi, he comes and bravo Fratesi. Who cares about Fratesi? It's the concept that I don't like and that I don't sponsor and I don't want. But bring me Berardi, bring me Fratesi, bring me Lautaro. I don't care. There were 2 names I didn't want. I didn't want Spalletti. And I didn't want Carnevali. And not only it's one that will be there and okay, and then he leaves and then no, it's both of them. Both of them. Madai. Simultaneously. This is John Elkann that when I told because John Elkann on the podium a few weeks ago, he said, Beppe, I know you. You are Belgian. And I said, no, I live in Belgium. I'm not Belgian. I'm Italian. And then he went away. And probably was thinking himself, what is this guy that in front of 400 people dares to tell me that I'm wrong? You know what? Give me the reports. ChatGPT, analyze the... How many videos did I did on the channel? How many videos? The 5,000 content that this guy did in 6 years. Filter, analyze, and bring me 2 names that he hates. Or all the names that he hates. ChatGPT working. You know how much water they use? All the water consumed. And at the end, ChatGPT said, oh, there are 2 names. The guy doesn't hate anybody. There are just 2 names that he... maybe a third one. But he loved him. And now, he said, give me the name. Spalletti. Oh, we already have him. He said, bravo. I don't even need to open my wallet. He's already there. Bravo. The other one, Carnevali. Contact Carnevali plus 0039 here. Carnevali. Who is the third one? In the last years, he was not a huge big fan of Dusan Vlahovic. But he's still under contract until the 30th of June. He phoned the team? No, because nobody wanted. Call him back! A new meeting! Plan a meeting with Spalletti, Carnevali, and Vlahovic. Mamma mia! Oh, what a disaster. It is happening. It's a conspiracy. It is a conspiracy all against GJustjuve. And for the people that were still having some doubts, Carnevali, pole position. I should start hating Mbappe. I think I will do that. I will... starting hating Mbappe and Pep. Welcome Carnevali. Marco, grazie Marco from Canada. You could see Comolli is not working. No transfer still made. No, not working. No. If you tell me not working right, not working well, I can even tell you, yeah, not working. No. Beppe, can you tell us what you know happened between Spalletti and Comolli at the end of? It's 2 totally different personalities with Damian Comolli that didn't want to take Spalletti. So thank you for your donation, my friend. Supporting the channel a lot. By the way, you know what? Before answering that question, I come back, Marco. I need to do something because how many people? 650 people that are caring about Juve. I cannot do much, but if I can do something, I do it now for you guys. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for caring about Juve in good and bad. And especially thank you that when there are these kind of news, you choose to come to GJustjuve. Some people, they will probably choose to go somewhere else or whatever. Good for them. I appreciate everyone. But if when it came out, when it started to buzz, you said, let's go to that bald guy there. He will tell us, he will explain us what is happening minute by minute. Thank you for that. Thank you to all, really, sincerely. Mr. Adrian, the club is giving me high cortisol. 99 Colo, no more 40 million euros Sassuolo signings. No, that's over. That's over. That's over. That's over. Why do I never get a membership? Emma Ebery, because you are not enough active on the channel. No, I'm joking. That's what they said, because I did a YouTube camp and they were saying, you know, more probabilities, more you write, more you watch the channels, more you put the maximum of, more you're invested on the channel, more you are in the list of receiving a memberships. Allora, Marco, to answer your question, what happened? I was not there with them, so it's reconstructions of things from here and there. It happens that Damien Comolli, grazie the damn kip, Damien Comolli didn't want Luciano Spalletti as first choice after Tudor. He didn't even want Tudor, to be honest. But from the moment he's taking that decision, he said no. Then they really convinced him, and he probably that's the mistake that he did in listening. I speak about him, in listening to people and to make himself convinced about that round table that Spalletti deserved a big chance at that moment, and he accepted. But before making sign a contract, he's telling him, "Pay attention, Luciano. I work like this, 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 like this. What I'm expecting from you is this, 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 this. And you know what? I will offer you a contract only until the end of the season, not even longer. Then we can speak about it, because if you're able to work well with me, if you're able to reach the objectives, then we can speak, and I really want to continue with you." And Spalletti says, "Yeah, I agree with all the points that you say." Spalletti says, "I am Spalletti, I won the Scudetto with Napoli. I'm well known, I'm appreciated, I will change this team here, we will win, nobody will tell me what to do." Oh, who is this guy to tell me? From the moment I mean. And they started to work together, and Damien, he goes to Spalletti and says, "Luciano, but you promised me that you would have sent me every Monday the list of the preparation of the week, how you would set up your week, your schedule. You did it the two first time. Now you didn't do it. I asked you, you did it again, but now you're still not doing it. Why? I'm expecting them. But you know, I've seen that the players were tired. I wanted to change my schedule. But this guy was suspended, and I changed. So I cannot tell you 1 weekend ahead what I will do, because it depends on how the players are. Yeah, but I don't care. These were our agreements. Burgess goes to Spalletti says, this player, from all the analytics that we have, the data, etc., is not in form. Huh? Instead of training high pressure, let him go to the fitness room. Spalletti said, no, we don't want. Comolli intervened. He said, we agreed that we have special dedicated staff that are working, and it's working. So you need to accept it's not about you. No. So who is wrong here? Tell me. Is it Spalletti that doesn't accept that people are influencing his daily work? Or is it Damien Comolli that said, yeah, but he agreed? I told him I have been really transparent. I will always say, maybe the method of Comolli, probably correct. No, people are saying both. No, not both. Not both. To me, this is 100% on Spalletti. 100%. Not both. Because maybe the method is wrong. But if your method is wrong and you explain it in every single detail and someone else is accepting it, then you need to stick. When can it change that plan? From the moment that you give enough trust with facts to the person that is starting to change and to adapt and to say, okay, I don't need anymore your plan. You convinced me. But that's not what Spalletti did. He didn't convince. By the way, we are sixth. And there the first friction started to happen between Comolli and Spalletti. Spalletti that was not respecting. Comolli that was not happy because the other one that said, no. And I tell you, the other thing is that they signed a contract extension where nobody was happy about. Comolli didn't want. Spalletti said, I qualify in Champions League and then we will see. And then the problem happened from the moment that we didn't qualify in Champions League. So what happened? After Juve-Fiorentina, not Torino-Juve, Juve-Fiorentina, when we lose at home 2-0, big fight. It goes that far that Spalletti thinks, I'm out. That I'm wrong or right, and probably I'm right because Spalletti is always thinking that he's right. I exaggerated with the CEO of the club, so I'm out. Where Damien goes to Elkan and he says, he needs to go out. No, we don't do anything at the moment. And then the coach is feeling being backed up, reassured. And then he goes all the way, and I don't like that, and it's because of you. And the other one, he says, it's because of you, it's because of me, but you. And that's what happened, more or less in big lines, without entering the details. Vincenzo, grazie Vincenzo. Beppe, does Carnevali coming mean more chances of Muaremovic? Yeah, of course. Muaremovic will probably be the first signing of Juve now. Yeah, of course, you have the World Cup, so you need to pay attention, but yeah. Grazie Vincenzo. Ali, grandissimo Ali, 30 months together with us. Ali is telling us that he doesn't know if Comolli was right person or not, but I'm afraid that Spalletti ignorance and stubbornness will destroy our Juve for one more year. What is the chat thinking about the message of Ali? You know, because we spoke about Carnevali, and I always told you I don't like him, but sometimes friends, they become enemies. Sometimes best men, they become enemies. Sometimes plusvalenza friends, they become enemies. Sometimes friends become enemies. Sometimes management friends becomes enemies. Sometimes clubs, friends becomes enemies. Let's see if from now on they will become enemies. I'm really curious. Really, really curious. Allora, where is Saraz? Saraz, I believe that Comolli came to change the Italian mindset, but was blocked by Italians. We should have given Comolli time and basta. Time at one condition, Saraz. That as a CEO, he would have received carte blanche to do what he came for initially. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Continuing like what we were doing made no sense. I was really in difficulty to say, look, if you bring Sorloth, for example, if you bring Sorloth and he comes to Juve, it's thanks to who? Spalletti that wanted him? Or Comolli that signed him? If he flops, it's because of Spalletti that wanted him? Or Comolli that didn't want him but wanted to actually please his coach? You know, that would have been the eternal Hamletic question. To be or not to be? To Comolli or to Spalletti? That would have been the eternal question as long as they were together. To Spalletti or to Comolli? To Comolli or to Spalletti? How is it? To Comolli or to Spalletti? This is the question. That would have been the thing. Always. Always. And it could only have been hidden by victories. Victory, 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 victory. A draw that is still leaving you with a beautiful margin at first in the spot in Serie A. Victory, 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 victory. A draw that is not putting your first position into doubt. Victory, 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 victory. Up. Top 8 of Europa League. Victory, 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 victory. Up. You go over the round of 32, 36, 16. And from the moment that we would have lost, it would have been a hell, a total disaster. So Juve is tweeting. Juve sometimes, and guys, what do you want them to do? Sometimes they have timing things. The world is collapsing around, and they are telling us smiles and entertainment at the final day of the Academy World Cup 2026. I really pity them. I know that a lot of people are angry. They will mock them. They will say, yeah, but no. But I know people at work. What do they want them to do? It's not because of them. What do you want to do? Take away the joy of a kid that is having the moment of his life? You cannot. These kids, it's not because the club is doing a mess that they do not deserve these pictures. But it's true that the timing is. And then you see some people with some memes. There is something you need to address. Was Comolli there? Etc. 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 This is social media of today. Yeah? So tomorrow there will be a special meeting in CDA. Special meeting that has been that was not planned, that has been requested, and where they will take the final step to make the decisions official. So it should not be today that from official documents it will be communicated to the fans, but tomorrow probably. Hey, Mercato is crazy. My friend Wilfried, I was expecting a lot, but Mercato is crazy of the managers every year. No. Oh, putain de merde. How many people are still over 650 people? Okay, go with the Q&A so that because my wife will then enter with the groceries. And I will need to help her. And I don't believe that there will be more news now imminent. Tomorrow, probably Modesto, Ottolini could be. Let's see. Or maybe we can. Maybe I can ask you guys. Let me write that question in the poll because I still have. Wait. Allora, the question is, do you believe that Luciano Spalletti will be Juventus coach until at least 26-27 end? Okay? Do you believe? So that means reconfirmed by new management, and that even if we go bad, or if we go well, good, but even if we go bad, we confirm until at least the end. Then at the end of the season, it can be out, or we don't care. That's another future question. But do you believe Spalletti will be? So if you say no, that means you think that he will be out tomorrow. You think that he will be reconfirmed out in October if things are going bad, whatever. But he will not end the season with Juve. Vote now. Vote now. Conte in October. How many times did Conte arrive in the meanwhile? When a season was open and running? I don't remember. Yeah, in the beginning, trying to find some news, guys, in the meanwhile, but I think it's slowed down now with all the official things. Conte will never be back at Juve, says Emmat. I would say calma. Wait. If the result is bad, he must go, but I think it will happen. It will or it will not happen, Nikki? Do you think that we will see more involvement in younger players being integrated or invested into the squad now that Carnevali would be here? No. No. I mean, yeah and no. If there is a good player, Liberali, Comolli could have gone for him, Spalletti could have gone for him, Carnevali could have gone for him. I think it's quality that judge, not a line like we go with only young or we go with we avoid experience. No, what we were missing. And I tell you, you know who won in all of that circus? You know who won? The players. The players. Because if we qualified in Champions League, let's say, Comolli and Spalletti would not be the best friends of the world, but maybe it would not have exploded as much as when we didn't qualify. But qualifying to Champions League, after the season that we had, Juventini were starting to be, no, were already not starting to be, they were already really pissed off. And a lot of judgment would have come on the players. With all what happened at high level, they are lucky. They are really lucky. Really lucky. But what is missing in the team? It's leadership, it's experience, it's winning mentality. And Comolli, Spalletti, Carnevali, or Bognani, or whoever comes, knows it extremely well. That doesn't change, guys. Beppe, who is Giovanni Rossi? Wait, because there are 100,000. I need to see the face. There are 100,000 Rossi, and even Giovanni Rossi, there are a few. There is Gianvito Rossi. Here is Giovanni Rossi. Voila, you have the answer. That's where we know him from. Because he was director of youth department at Juve between 2010 and 2013. Was at Sassuolo as sporting director 4 years before leaving short term to Cagliari and coming back until 2024. And that's where he goes to Marseille. Wait, that's the problem. Huh? That's the problem. Joining Spalletti's staff. I really hope it's not like that. I hope he joins Carnevali staff. Because if we start saying, not you, Colo, not you, but if journalists are starting to say he will join Spalletti's staff, and then we become a Spalletti FC. Then the motto from until the end, fino alla fine, becomes beyond the end, oltre la fine. Ah, no, you already did that. I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, you already did that. No, but if we start like that, then we change indeed the motto of our team. We change the name of our team. We go back with a new logo. No, as a sporting director, you join the new CEO's team. If it's not sporting director because they want to put Tognozzi, but they want to make him sporting, what was their technical director, the one that is the link, a bit alla Modesto, then it's still the team of Carnevali. Except if tomorrow Giovanni Rossi, that is 60, and after, how much? 16 years of being director, that it was youth department or sporting director, if he decides now to be assistant coach or kine, athletic fitness coach, then you can say he joins the staff of Spalletti. Except of that, he joins or the staff of Juve or the staff of Carnevali at Juve. You know what I mean? It's wrong. It's really wrong, huh? My friend Mirko here, if these are the words of Mirko, you need to pay attention how it, or maybe he's just saying it because Juventus doing that. Giorgio, ma se vieni Conte, davvero ci sarà tempo per avere un mercato serio? Ma il mercato con Conte, con Spalletti, con chiunque c'è, abbiamo già perso tanto tempo. The question of Giorgio is, if really Conte would come tomorrow, is there time to do a mercato, a serious mercato? But for me, it's the same. We didn't start. No? We didn't start. Ma no, guys, what are you telling me? ABC, ma no. Huh? What is this? But this is not possible. But no, it's not the different Carnevali, it's the same. What is this? What is this? Wake up! Guys! What is this? Oh, this is like there are two person on earth. I know he's alive. He's back alive. There was also Paul McCartney that was like that. There is an imposter. What is this? Oh, the guy. You see that I always had something with this guy. I don't know. I am not sure. I'm not like him. Of course, it's not the real. What a club are we? Now we are linked with our new CEO that passed away 15 years ago. It's not anymore only Cope Manor that sees dead people. Everyone with the Juve virus is seeing dead people. Uh, I saw the message of someone in the chat. I said, I can't believe it's not true. It cannot be. Wait. No, because now he's alive. They don't tell us. He's alive, huh? He's alive. So the question was, do you believe Spalletti will be Juventus coach until the end of at least 26-27? I stop the votes now. Colo, I have an answer about that. I have already an answer about that. It was an answer. So, by the way, the vote, and it's really strange, the votes. I will tell you in a second. But But at it's 2 hours 30 ago, 2 hours 30 ago, the news is that, not reported yet, soon it will be reported, that Darren Burgess already said goodbye to the athletic staff that he was working with. So that's when I knew that it was imminent. If Burgess says goodbye, then I knew. Condor is saying, follow Fabrizio Romano, not Schira, please. Allora, Condor, that's the wrong thing to do. For me, how I try to work here on my channel is not going with one source, because you depend on that source. If it's right, you're right. If it's wrong, you're wrong. When last year I said Ciao Juve, 3 minutes later, Romano says Ciao Marseille. People were starting to mock me. Fabrizio Romano said like that, Beppe, what are you speaking about? The end. I was right. Not because I know more than Fabrizio, who would have that pretension, but because you need to have different sources. If Nico says A and everyone is saying B, there are more chances that it will be B. If everyone is saying B. But sometimes the A is wrong, is right. And all the people that said B are wrong. So it's important to go. When you know that everyone aligned, like today. Today, everyone was aligned. Everyone. Comolli out, Carnevali in. Boom, everyone. It's a fact. Because someone important at the club shared the message. I don't agree with follow one. One is not credible. One is well credible. Look at Luca Monblano. Is the only one against everyone that always was. It's not over, Beppe. Wait, it's not over. When everyone was trying to sell us that they were trying to work together, he said, no, Beppe. And it's not the Mercato that is influencing the decision. It's absolutely not. So, no. And also because I know personally Nico Schira. So, thank you for the 5-hour marathon. Grande Beppe. Thank you, Gio. But it's true that it's 5 hours since I started live in Italian and I continue here. I will close soon. Grazie Gio for 25 months of trust. Zacchi, grazie my friend Beppe. What I leveraged, thus Spalletti has to call shots he couldn't do, the one thing that Tudor and Allegri did, and still couldn't save their job. What? Wait, because here you're writing in it in an extremely high level English, but I understood what you say. But wait, let me repeat. What leverage does Spalletti has to call shots he couldn't do? The one thing that Tudor and Spalletti. So Tudor and Spalletti, they qualified you in Champions League. Spalletti didn't. I cannot answer that question. No. I know what it means. I know what it means. Of course, I know. I was just trying to try to answer. I don't know. I don't know. really don't know. If I think that there will be other, yeah, I think so. I think that there will be other change the next day. Well, Jackie, if you tell me, if I answer you, I don't know, it's not because I don't know the answer. I agree with you, Jackie. Then, if you want to compare Tudor and Spalletti and Allegri, we can open that game. And I believe that Spalletti is a better coach than Tudor. I believe that Allegri is a better coach than Spalletti. But what did he show in these 6-7 months? That he had that much power to actually make a CEO dismiss or being sacked and staying. That's something behind the scenes. Vision. An ability of convincing other that your plan is right. Yeah, I will answer it like that. The ability to let people jump into your board, and it's a big quality, yeah. If you are able to, there are two parties, two locals, two buildings with two parties, and you have you already went to Marbella, Lore del Mar, Rimini, Riccione. When you go there, it's not two, it's entire streets with exactly the same buildings, with the same music, with DJs that are going from one to the other. And you can compare it with Greece, Rhodos, Kos, where instead of these nightclubs, you have restaurants, and it's the same. It's all pitacheros. What is it? The Greeks, the same things, with the same menu, with the same prices, with everything. Why are you entering one instead of the other? Sometimes it's because you have these guys in front, guys or girls or beautiful girls or a bit less ugly guys or whatever, and they have the ability to invite you because they found the right smile, the right word, the right tone of voice that you needed at that time, because you don't know where to choose, you don't know because it's the same, you don't know the language, and they are able to attract you. And you say you go, and you are happy. Great choice. And then when you go out, you say, thank you. You recommended me well. Often. Sometimes you say, why did I listen to that person? Why did I listen to that person? You are really, really... But that's probably the answer that I want to tell you, Jackie. We don't have facts. At Juve, we don't have facts. He was able to sell a better dream, or a dream that people joined. When I was saying that I really believed that we would win the Champions League this year, there were no facts. Actually, everything was against it. But there were some people that believed me because I was able to convince them that it was easier in Champions League than in Serie A and this and this. And I was believing in myself because I believed in myself that it could happen. And some people, Beppe, they wrote me personally, Beppe, you know what? You're right. I was able to sell to some people, not a lot of people, that it could happen. Of course, people were pissed off with me. When we were out against Galatasaray, they were pissed off with me, correctly. I take responsibility on that. For the people that said in the chat, what is this guy speaking about? I can imagine that if you're entering the live randomly and you hear a guy speaking about pita, nightclubs, beautiful ladies or ugly guys, probably you're thinking, where on earth did I end? But that should not take you away from doing the most important thing of the day, putting a maximum of likes on today's video, subscribe to the channel, 43.561, 43,561 people that gave me enough trust. Attenzione, because when I was about to close, our great friend Colo is telling us the backstage story. Now he can. Being late on the mercato, that were devastating and decisive. The lateness on the mercato was decisive for the choice of sacking Comolli. The Alisson story made everything collapse. To Spalletti, they guaranteed that he would arrive. The coach even acted in first person to convince Alisson with the phone. But he was not the one that should have presented himself in front of Liverpool. And more than everything, you should have presented yourself before going to the player. You should have gone to the club. From that moment on, chasing this, chasing that, always without reaching the objective. Relationship based on trust totally exploded. I don't want to be disrespectful towards Alfredo Pedulà or Spalletti or Comolli. I prefer not to comment that. Seriously, it makes no sense. Die. Yeah, of course. Chiello is saying if that story is true, then it's even more stupid. It's so obvious that Liverpool pulled out a 180 out of nowhere. How is that Comolli's fault? No, but you can also partially blame Comolli on that. If you have not agreement with Liverpool, it makes totally no sense than having the agreement with the player. I can even understand that, but Pedulà, that is living from Mercato since years. That's his job. He lives from Mercato and he built a big reputation. If you tell me today to defend Spalletti and to blame and to put dirt on Comolli, that was, let's say, even correctly dismissed. If you tell me that it's not correct to first contact the player and then to go to the club, we are putting in doubt and we are now telling that 95% of the deals of calcio mercato are not done the right way, according to Alfredo Pedulà. I can accept that from, I don't know, Gio, Rafos, Ba, Arthur, Generation with a J, Orion. If you guys tell me these kind of things, I tell you, bye, guys. I can. But from one that is living since years about calciomercato, if you tell me Comolli is at fault because he actually should not have gone to the player first and first to the club, how many times? Every time there is first a contact with the club, which is not by law. You should not. You cannot. You should first ask the club to do it. But anyway. Oh, Nick, are we going after some players now? Same players now. We'll discover it in the next few days. What gives me hope? What gives me hope is that there is really that will of boom, let's go for it. But on the other side, I'm also a bit more prudent and cautious with there is still the financial fair play rules. That doesn't change. And this is not because of Comolli. This is because of Giuntoli. Wait, 1 second. Let's see. Mao, isn't Carnevali Interista and good friend for Marotta? No, that is Interista, I don't know, honestly. That is the good friend of Marotta, yeah, but we spoke about it. So go back and forth. I cannot recap 2 hours 16 of life, Mao. But yeah, he's his best man. So more friends than that. Best man, yeah. El Morer, thank you, my friend. What's the plan now? Another year zero, una vergogna, a shame. Yeah, but to me, it's even worse than year zero. Why worse than year zero? Because the other years, at least you were in Champions League. Meaning attractiveness on the mercato, money, this. Now you're in Europa League with restrictions, with that, with the disaster. Disaster. That doesn't mean that magics and miracle can happen. Okay, now the final question to all of you guys. I really need to do something I really need to leave soon. So just woke up. You spoke Carnevali into it. It's my fault. Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault, Matthew. The question of the questions. Be honest. 1 or 2 word max to explain me how you feel after today. You are again confident. You are motivated, curious, disgusted, unfair. Go yourself. Exhausted, Odzai. Not good. Lost. Not again. Scared. Tired. Confused. Proactive, absolutely, for Condor. Not well. Incredibly depressed. The interested need a break from Juve. More optimistic, excited, not confident, unstable. Comolli stays Paletia. I think that you are a bit late to the party, my friend. Curious what next for Giratina 70. Unsubscribed. But to who? Mark, after all these years, you are leaving me. But for what did I do? What did I do, Marco? What happened, Marco? No, don't leave us. Marco. No, Marco. Oh! Ah. Yeah, but don't joke. I you know that I read the comment, then I feel bad. Carnevali out already. Épuisé, Luigi. I think this finally gives us the stability we need. Pissed. Next is Garcia from Madrid to build with Juve. Not surprised. If Chico has a good World Cup, even better. Had to be done. Indifferent. Hopefully. Oh, I needed to tell you guys the final result of the poll. And the final result, it's gone now, but I have it in mind. It was like 57%. 57% of the people that said, we believe that he will still be there until the end of the season, Spalletti. Which is not a lot, huh? Honestly, not a lot. So people of GJustjuve, they believe it's not over. Martina was watching as well. Buongiorno, Martina. Will this affect our Juve players in the WC? I hope so. I hope they will have really stomach problems and they will be scared that they go all out. I hope that they go to the WC, even if we don't have a lot of people that go to the WC. In the World Cup, no, it will not. Die. We close. Change. Oh, some for people that said, oh, we decided not to decide that this was the wrong choice. Today we decided to decide. We just had to be patient. 15 days. Decision has been taken. And we see each other later. I still don't know if I need to start with now because my head is absolutely not at Mexico, South Africa. I will watch it, but I don't know if I will do the watch along or just come back after the game. I tell you. Ragazzi, arrivederci. If I have something big, I come back. Forza Juve, more than ever. Ciao.